Jaya 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 Mahadeva. Jaya 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 Mahadeva. Shiva Shankar Adi Ananta. Shiva Shankar Adi Ananta. Jaya 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 Mahadeva. Jaya 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 Mahadeva. Can I risk one more story with you? Once upon a time… Can I risk a story with you? On a certain day, Shankaran Pillai went out drinking with his friends. You know, drinking people, in some aspects they are like yogis, timeless. He was walking back from his office. He saw some of his friends were at the bar. He thought he will just spend 10 minutes and just a couple of drinks and go home. But because with a little bit of inebriation, you become both timeless and countless. He couldn't count the number of drinks he had, nor could he check his time. When he thought, oh, it should be late, I should go home, and he looked like this. It said, the watch, stupid watch said 2 a.m. It's not at 2 a.m., it's only 1. So then he thought he must go home and somehow found his way home. Then he pulled out the key. You know, they make this keyhole so small. Why can't they make it this big? It's so small. He struggled for 20 minutes to find the hole, put it inside and somehow opened it. Then he went in, slowly crawled up the staircase, went into the bedroom and on the way, when he was coming, trying to take a shortcut, he crossed a rose garden. Because his feet were partially rubbery, he happened to fall into the rose bush face down. He could feel some pain, some liquid on his face, but he didn't know what has happened. So he crawled up the staircase, went into the bathroom and looked at his face. It was one big mess, bleeding all over the place. The rose bush had really done a scratch job on him. Then he opened the medicine cabinet, fixed himself up and went and crashed into the bed. Fortunately, the wife was a big sleeper. Then in the morning, the wife brought a bucket full of cold water and splashed it on his face. He woke up, Why? It's only Sunday morning, why are you bothering me like this? She said, you promise me that you will not drink. He said, for sure, haven't taken a drop. She caught hold of him by his shirt, dragged him into the bathroom. And plaster was on the mirror. Unfortunately, most human beings are handling their well-being like this. The fundamental thing that we need to understand is human experience. Human experience, joy or misery, peace or turmoil, agony or ecstasy, variety of experiences, all of them are manufactured within us, never outside of us. We may use some stimulus from outside, but essentially all positive, negative, whatever kind of experiences you have are made within you. Manufacturing unit is here. So if you want to ensure what is the nature of your experience, you have to turn inward, engineer this a little bit. Been talking about inner engineering for a long time, because if you do not engineer this the way you want, whatever you may have in the world, a bag of misery follows you no matter where you go. Is just being joyful, peaceful or blissful is the goal of life? No, no, no. If you are soaked in blissfulness, then this life will blossom to its fullest potential. You can explore the full depth and dimension of what it means to be a human being only when there is no fear of suffering, only when you're soaked in bliss. When every cell in your body has become pleasant, you have no concern about yourself. Or in other words, you might have taken up 1,000 concerns in your life, but you are never the concern. You may have 1,000 issues in the world, but you are never the issue. You may be handling many problems on a daily basis, but you are not the source of that problem. This much if you ensure, then this life will blossom into a different possibility. As I was saying earlier, this is a civilization which is dedicated to raising the human being into a divine status. This is not a civilization which is waiting for God to beget a son or send his messengers down here. This is a civilization which is about raising the human being to their peak potential. If you look back on the hoary history of the spiritual traditions of what we refer to as Hindustan, you will see men and women, the kind of men and women that gods would be envious of. Even gods came to consult the sages and seers, as the legends speak. Because a human being can rise to that position, every human being has the same possibility. How much are you willing to invest? How much are you willing to strive is the question. It's not for me to tell you how much you must strive for. But on a night like this, you must make a decision. It'll be good if you make a decision how far you want to go within yourself. How much freedom, how much blissfulness do you need for yourself? Because everything comes with a price, everything costs life. How much are you willing to invest? How much striving are you capable of? It is good on a night like this if you make your decision. You don't have to go by my prescription because I have not given you a prescription unless you ask for one. So, there are simple ways, there are very sophisticated and complex ways, there are many ways. 112 ways. Those 112 ways are basic things. Out of that, there are a million ways. There are many ways. But the important thing is, you must make a decision. How much of your life are you willing to invest for your inner well-being? How much striving are you willing to do, are you capable of doing? This is something that you need to make up your mind on, and it must be today. It's best it is today, because who knows about it tomorrow? Tomorrow is wishful thinking. Yes, we plan for tomorrow, we strive for tomorrow, but we cannot live a tomorrow. So today is the day. If we want to make significant decisions about where are we going in our lives, externally you do whatever you want in your lives, whatever you're good at. But how you want to be is a choice. And this is the only creature that we refer to as human being who has this choice, who has the ability to exercise this choice. This is why no other creature is referred to as a being. But human struggles are all about this. If there was no choice for you, if you were like any other creature, that your way of being was determined by nature, you would have no struggles. It's the freedom that you're struggling with, it's not the bondage. I know it is fashionable to talk about bondage. I know those of you who are veterans of spiritual programs and discourses and books, everybody says life, the sufferings of life which entangle you. No, it is the freedom which is the problem. If you had no freedom, if you were fixed like every other creature by nature, you would have no struggle, no striving was needed. The problem is, nature has left it in your hands, how to be. If you do not exercise this choice, well, you won't fit into the framework of being a human being. Human creature is not a good one, because human creature is a dangerous creature. No other creature is that dangerous. Human creature is a terribly dangerous creature, but a human being is a tremendous possibility. It is my wish and my blessing, you must explore this possibility in this life. In this life. It's very important, because most of you or many of you are Hindus, you will say, I will do it in next life. Hello? This life? I'm gone, Sadguru. This life? This life. In this life it must happen. That is, exploring the full depth and dimension of what it means to be a human being. First thing to do is, you determine your way of being, not something else, not what other people do and say. You determine the nature of your being. How to be is decided by you, only then you are a human being. Inner engineering is a wonderful solution, very simple. I must tell you this. I know many people could misunderstand this, but I've lived with misunderstandings all my life, so what's the problem? Someone came here a couple of years ago. This is a person who is over 70 or 75 years of age, I think. So he was here for 3 weeks. Then towards the end of his trip here, he wanted to see me, and I said, okay, because he wrote a note saying that he was with J. Krishnamurti, then he was with U.G. Krishnamurti, then he was with Anandamayi, then he was with Rajneesh, Then he was with some Western teachers in Europe. So he wrote, "I've been with all of them, I would like to meet you." I said, "Okay," a senior person, so I went to meet him. Then he said, "See, I've been with all these people, every one of them has added something to my life. Something beautiful happened to me when I was there, but I've been sitting here and watching for these 3 weeks. You're the only one who's built a spiritual factory." I said, "What?" He said, "No, this is a spiritual factory. People just come, within 3 days, everybody is transformed, they're jumping with joy and they're going. I've seen batch after batch, they come and they go back in a completely different way. This is a spiritual factory." Then I thought, this is a wonderful idea. Then I called a few of our people just to test them, and I said, "I think we should rename Isha Yoga Center as Isha Spiritual Factory." They said, No, Sadguru, factory. Factory seems to be mundane, but you must understand, factory or an assembly line means consistency of product, consistency of results. So inner engineering is like that. We are not making it in art, we are not making it music, we are not making it something aesthetic, it's engineering. Because to enjoy music, to enjoy art, you need a specific kind of mind. Not everybody can enjoy every kind of music, not everybody can enjoy every kind of art form, but everybody can benefit from engineering. You just have to learn to use it, that's all. You don't have to worship it, you don't have to look up to it, you just have to learn to use it. So as a part of this, as we are rolling out a movement called Miracle of Mind, because this mind is a miracle, but a whole lot of people have turned this miraculous mind into a misery manufacturing machine. I want to see that maximum number of people enjoy the miracle of this mind. What a miracle we have in the form of human mind, how many things it can do, what wonderful things it can do, but people are busy stressing themselves, depressing themselves, frustrating themselves, losing balance, all kinds of things happening on a daily basis. So, this Miracle of Mind movement is about offering simple processes, 15 minutes a day if you're willing to invest. For different people, different kind of things, over 21 varieties of offerings, 15 minutes a day. This will come in the form of an app, a gamified app, so that people can play with it, and every day before you go to bed, you can play a little life hopscotch, which will give you a reading as to what is your mental state today. If you work on this, you'll also get rewards, I will not talk about it right now. But for the youth particularly, we are offering very strong scholarships for the youth. 50% scholarship they can get, or 100% scholarship they can get, but that is only if you don't have money, because it costs money to deliver this. But we are willing to give it free of cost, but if you are getting it free in scholarship, a certain number of hours a week,